Alright, Schlockmeister fans, another re-review from my previous channel. This one is known as Jennifer. I think it's also known as the Snake Goddess. Let's check it out. Lisa Pelican. Meet Jennifer. She lives at home with her father,
I heard you last night.
Jeff Corey.
You ready for your test?
She goes to this snooty school. She won a scholarship to it.
And do you see the country girl who ran with me through the pouring rain? Do you often...
She's not accepted by the rich kids there and gets bullied.
I didn't see anything. You better not have. Y'all keep your hillbilly mouth shut now, you hear? To give the truth, she gave us all the answers.
Bert Convy is one of the teachers.
Ask Jane. Jennifer gave him to Jane, didn't she?
The rich girls were cheating on a test, and they're blaming Jennifer.
I didn't steal anything. I saw you.
She takes care of her deeply religious father.
Meat wasn't cooked near enough. You know I won't let no blood touch my lips.
Sorry, Papa. I got.
Apparently her father was part of some sort of snake worshipping group at one point when Jennifer was little. Jennifer was reluctantly involved. The richest girl, Sandra, has a senator father who bribes the school so her daughter can stay there, in spite of the cheating scandal.
It's such an inspiration when one of our parents shows an interest.
Me. Sandra, I want to be your friend. I do. Why don't you leave? You really don't fit in here, you know?
Bullying continues.
Oh, poor Jennifer. You got your jacket all wet.
Sandra tries to set Jennifer up. But Bert Convy saw the whole thing and knows it was an accident. For no reason other than eye candy, we show a lot of ladies in lingerie, underwear, topless. It's all good.
Much too young for me. Papa. I won't, damn it!
Don't swear, Jenny. That's filth.
That's just the trouble. I don't swear.
Papa's very religiously
I don't
strict.
take pills. I don't sleep with movie stars.
Wait, Jenny. It's in.
And we see some flashbacks of when she was little and she would put her hand in the box with the snakes and they wouldn't harm her. At one point, bitchy Sandra even tries to drown Jennifer. She lets her up eventually, though. And Sandra changes in the dressing room. Jennifer uses her powers to unleash some snakes. And then they're gone. Later on, they play another prank on Jennifer. They take all of her clothes from the locker room and hang them up high. As she reaches for them, they take pictures of her, the towel falls, and they get nude photos of her. A photo which eventually makes its way to the bulletin board for all to see. This one girl, Jane, decides to move away from Sandra and sides with Jennifer.
He belongs to me.
Then you're exaggerating the whole thing. You're out! You understand? You're out! It kills people. I don't want it. Mama didn't want it either.
She has the power.
Your mama had the power, but not like you, Jenny. You turned your back on God.
That's not God.
To get even with Jane, Sandra sends her boyfriend with Jane into an elevator so he can assault her. And then they got one of Jennifer's cats from the pet store she works at.
Your sister. Your slave of the heart. I call to you. Give me the strength. Give me the power.
Jennifer's all in now. Jane officially joins Jennifer.
You're really with me now, Jane.
Yes, I promise.
She even gets her to put her hand in the bag with the snake. The gang then breaks into Jennifer's place and kidnaps her. They drag her out. I'm not exactly sure what their plan is here, but it's some sort of mental terror. But then she uses her power to unleash the snakes. Including some really big ones. There goes Sandra's boyfriend. Sandra tried to get away, but that giant snake gets her too. One person left. That's the snotty Miss Callie.
There's nothing to worry about anymore.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about Jennifer, the snake goddess. This is obviously inspired by Carrie. No, don't want to necessarily say it's a Carrie ripoff, but it's kind of a Carrie ripoff. I originally got this movie on a beta tape back in 1987, maybe. I rented it from Red Owl Grocery Store in True Rivers, Wisconsin. Took it home, watched it, enjoyed it. Seen it a few times over the years. Stars Lisa Pelican as Jennifer, and Nina Folks, I think, was Miss Callie. Bert Convey's in this, as was Wesley Yore from Land of the Lost and Toolbox Murders. Chomps! Don't forget Chomps. Don't think I actually showed a scene with him in it. Actually, briefly, he was in a car. But yeah, he was in this too. But anyway, Jennifer. She is this redheaded Southern girl. Comes from a poor background, but she wins a scholarship because she's super smart and goes to this prestigious girls' school filled with a bunch of snotty, snooty, uppity rich bitches. And she doesn't exactly fit in there. In fact, they bully her. There's this one main girl, Sandra, who's the main bully, and she has all of her lackeys around who basically follow and do whatever the hell she wants them to do. Well, they pick on Jennifer. They play pranks on her. One point, Sandra tries to drown her. They get a nude photo of her, which they plaster on the school by playing a prank on her where her towel fell off, and they stamped a photo. They're just bitches, mean. Now, Jennifer's background, apparently she grew up with some snake worshipers. Her father's super religious. Her mother's gone. I don't know where she is, but they are from the deep south and they worship snakes, and apparently she has some sort of power over snakes. It's like she can control them or whatever. She doesn't like to use the power though, but she has it in her. Well, eventually she gets pushed too much and she decides she needs to take revenge. So she starts bringing up snakes. The snotty bitches actually kidnap her one night. They're going to terrorize her in some way. I'm not exactly sure what their plan was, but they bring her out to this like parking lot, and then they're zooming cars by her real quick, just trying to scare her, I guess. I don't know. And then she just stands there calmly, kind of like Carrie did on the stage, and starts releasing snakes. Snakes start coming out from all over the place and attacking everybody, killing all the bad guys, including a gigantic one which bites the head off the boyfriend of Sandra, and then that big snake also gets a hold of Sandra and makes her crash her car. There was one girl, Jane. She's kind of a chubbier girl. She was kind of on the outs a little bit with the cool kids group, and eventually they kicked her out completely. So she decides to side with Jennifer. So the two of them kind of team up, and then at the end of the movie, everybody's dead with the exception of Miss Callie, the girls' school person in charge, who was also a real bitch. And Jennifer has a snake in her drawer and gets her. That's the last victim in the movie. And we see Jennifer and Jane walking away smiling after they hear her scream. End of the show. So anyway, that is Jennifer. Again, I've always kind of dug this movie a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit of a Carrie ripoff, but it's kind of fun. A little bit of nudity thrown in, and it's just a fair amount of deaths and a lot of snakes. And not a big fan of snakes, to be honest with you, but kind of creepy, and I kind of enjoyed this movie. So there, I have no apologies, make no apologies for it. So anyway, that is Jennifer. You can get this on Blu-ray. I don't think this is available on a DVD. I think it's just Blu-ray. Scorpion put this out. Way to go, Scorpion. So anyway, I'll leave a link to that down below if you're looking to get this, and yeah, you should. So leave some comments. Let me know what you think about Jennifer. By the way, The woman in the thumbnail that I have, or the one on the right, she was sitting on a bed in a bra. That's Georgianne LaPierre, and there's a brief scene of her walking in the hallway when all the girls were in their lingerie and stuff. She walks into that room. That is the sister of Cher, Sherilyn LaPierre from Sonny and Cher fame. Cher, little tidbit for you. Check it out. Leave some comments. Jennifer, watch it. Bye.